Botany. In this session, we discuss the structure and nature of stomata in plants. Here, stomata is coming in tissue system. It is the second type of the differentiation of epidermal tissue system. The first one is trichomes, and there are two types that we explained in the previous session. And the second type of epidermal tissue system, the differentiation of epidermal tissue system, which contains the structure which is called stomata. What are stomata? That I was studying in the early schooling. It explains it is a minute pore-like structure which is seen in the leaves and which also help for transpiration. That is the loss of water from the plant body. And there you may remember that is a bean-like or kidney-shaped structure of cell which is seen in the epidermal cells, and it is with a guarded cell, that is the stomata or the minute opening which is covered or guarded by two kidney-shaped structure of cells, and due to the expansion and the contraction of the guard cells which regulates the transpiration during photosynthesis. And it is seen in the layer of epidermal cells, that is the parenchymatous epidermal cells of the leaf. And sometimes it is mentioned that it is present in the stem also. Okay, so it is a specific structure and physiological function for stomata. Here, in plant anatomy, this particular structure or specialized structure which is developed from the epidermal tissue system and is one of the dedifferentiated structure of an epidermal cell. Actually, it is seen or originated from the modification or differentiation of epidermal cell, and which is seen in the same layer of epidermal cells, and which is show or which breaks, which means the stomata breaks the continuous nature of epidermal cells in the periphery of the plant. Okay, so it is an introduction, and we can recollect what is the stomata and how it is seen. Okay, coming to the histological level or anatomical level, from the epidermal tissue system, it is the second type of differentiated structure which is called stomata, and you can see it is found on the aerial portion. Aerial portion means in a plant body there is an aerial portion means the portion which is seen in the air or just above the soil, and the underground portion is the root system, and the aerial portion contains the different parts of the plant body, and as the stem, leaf, then reproductive structures, etc. Okay, and generally it is seen, that is the stomata is seen in leaves and also in stems. Not only in all the stems, but in the primary structure of stem in some of the species, the plants which show the presence of stomata on stem epidermal tissue. And similarly, or in some of the rhizomatous structures, that is, it is not root because stomata is naturally root, but in some rhizomatous structures, the root-like structure, we can see the presence of stomata. And in fruit mold also. It is of course in some of the fleshy fruits which produce the surface layer, and for example in apple we can see or we can observe the presence of stomata on the outer layer, outer peeling of the fruit. We can see the presence of stomata. Okay, and the distribution of stomata is on both sides of leaves. So, more number of or random distribution of stomata or heavy incidence of the differentiation of stomata is on the leaf. Okay, so in leaf, the both sides of the leaf which show the formation of stomata, and generally the lower side of the leaf which contains the stomata. That is, not almost all the plant species we can see the stomata is present at the lower side of the leaf, but in some species or certain plants we can see that both the upper and the lower surface of the leaf which show the presence of stomata along with the cells. Okay, and coming to the aquatic plants, in aquatic plants we can see the stomata being on the upper surface of the leaf because the leaves are floating. The leaves are floating on the water, and thereby the function of stomata is to transfer the water molecule as water vapors, and it requires to what to give out the excess water content inside the plant body through these minute openings. So, in aquatic plants, the plant is already survived in the water system or water body. So, while the stomata is distributed in the lower side, it never possible because the stomata is touches with the water. And thereby, in aquatic plants, what we can see the stomata, the distribution is on the upper side of the leaf. Okay, and normally the stomatal distribution, which is show the number. Is there any importance? Of course, the number of stomata is also one of the anatomical characteristic features. So, number may vary in different plant species. It is also scientists, particularly plant anatomists, observing the nature of distribution or number of stomata present in the leaf or body. So it is also one of the anatomical characteristic feature. So here you can see the distribution or the number of stomata vary in different plant species, and are distributed, that is stomata are distributed without any order. Generally in plants we can see the leaf is the major site or the seat of development of stomata in the epidermal tissue system, and in the major classification of leaf, the morphologically the leaves are divided into two. One is the reticulate leaves and the parallel veined leaves. Reticulate veined leaves and the parallel veined leaves. So, generally in reticulate veined leaves, the distribution of stomata is without any order. There is no particular order of arrangement or development of stomata. But in monocots, why the monocots are the example? Because it is of with parallel vein structure. The veins are parallel in nature, and in such parallel vein plants with the leaves or the major example as monocotyledonous plants, we can see the stomata which are arranged in parallel rows. So that is another level of distribution or the nature of distribution of stomata in plant body. And definitely we can see the stomata are axillary roots. Okay. Now one of the plants to show the presence of stomata is developed on the external layers of roots. because epidermal tissue system which show the presence of the second type of dedifferentiated structure, which is stomata, as in root and also in the aerial part of the plant body, the epidermal tissue system is differentiated. So while we remember the root system which show the presence of epidermis, but it is not with the waxy cuticle. Cuticle is absent in such root system, and thereby the epidermal tissue or epidermis in root is called as epiblema. And here, when coming to the study of stomata, we can remember or we can include the roots are devoid of what the stomata. Okay, and how they are seen. Here in this diagram, you can see there is a minute opening, that is a central part of an opening, and it is guarded by means on both sides. As a security level, there are two kidney shaped or bean-like cells which are dedifferentiated, and outer to such bean-shaped cell, there may be or may not be this type of some surrounding protective layer of cells which are seen in plants. And these guards, stomata and the subsidiary cells together form the unit of or the so-called stomatic structure along with the epidermal layer of cells. So outer layer you can see the epidermal layer of cells, and the epidermal layer of cells which is interrupted by the formation of such subsidiary or guard cells, and the entire unit is produced or entire structure is called a stomata. Okay, coming to the intimate nature or intimate structure of stomata, what we can see, stomata are minute openings. They may means the stomata may interrupt the continuity of epidermis, and here the stomata are limited by two specialized cells. Stomata, the structure is limited by, or what I said, it is guarded by two specialized cells which are called guard cells. Actually, here you can see in this diagram, the stomata is a minor opening, nothing but any other structure. It is a minute opening, which is actually the stomata or stomach. And the stoma or stomata or opening is guarded by two specialized structures of cells. Why? It is because of specialized type of cells. The cells are parenchymatous. Epidermal cells are parenchymatous in origin, but they are not a specific structure, as we know that either it is a rectangular cell or oval cell or polygonal cell. It seems to be the V-shaped or kidney-shaped cell. So it is called as the specialized cells, and which are called guard cells. And in general, we can see these are guard cells which contains the cell inclusions such as endoplasmic reticulum and such type of mitochondria, and other cell inclusions are also seen along with the guard cells. And that we can see sometimes the guard cells or the subsidiary cells, that is outer to the guard cells. We can see both are, that is guard cells and the subsidiary cells are filled with or are pigmented with the chlorophyll. Okay, coming to the next level, in plant species, stomata is with subsidiary or accessory cells. What are accessory? Is an additional layer of cells. That is why it is called accessory cells, or which help to mediate from the stomata, guard cell to the epidermal cell. There are some layer of cells here. You can see in the diagram. Here is the stomata, that is the main opening, and there are the specialized two cells, which is called guard cell, and the guard cell is assessed with. Assessed means it is the connection with the layer of outer layer of cells. Either it is uni or multi or S2 or 3 or multiple level. Anyway, such guard cells are supported or added with some subsidiary. So that is why it is called subsidiary or accessory cells. And the subsidiary cells and the stoma. Stoma means the minute opening and the guard cell, which is called stoma, constitute the stomatal apparatus. So one who can say or draw or explain that stomata is nothing but a minute opening, but actually it is the minute opening and the guard cell, and also if it possesses subsidiary cells, both the subsidiary cell and the stoma means minute opening in the kidney cell or specialized wheel-like structure of cells together constitute the stomatal apparatus. And in the first level, I mentioned that stomata is with the physiological function, and it also produced along with the epidermal tissue system. This randomly or occasionally those epidermal cells are getting modified or differentiated into such type of cells. And such type of cells, why it is formed? Because in the ciliate level, that is the continuous layer of epidermis, which shows some minute openings, and immediately that opening is controlled or supplied with or supported with some specialized structure to avoid the casual breaking or the poration of epidermal cells, which makes the development of stomata in plant